Now live in the basement of Taylor's house, Dr. Bill! Now, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Bill!
Hey, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Thank you all for coming to my chiropractor's basement. He's kind enough to lend this to me. Today we have a very special guest. He was alive in the 1800s. Please give a warm welcome to Pierre Francois.
Oh, no.
So, Pierre, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I like baguettes, and I like shooting beavers.
Well, thank you for coming. And I am just going to be asking you a few simple questions. Just need your honest opinion. Number 1. As a French, what is your opinion on the Great Deportation?
Well, Dr. Bill, my honest opinion is, it sucked! Well, the Canadians may not have kept their promises, but there's no right for the British just to barge and destroy all of the houses and buildings in Acadia. They could have just shipped them out because that was appropriate. Also, some Acadians were killed on the spot. I found the Great Deportation a very rude thing to do, but also a learning experience for the Acadians.
So, really, did you think it was fair or unfair?
Well, that is a good question, but on the French perspective, they would say it as unfair, and on the British, they would say maybe it was fair. So let's ask the audience.
Well, if you insist, audience, take out your voter thingies and start voting. Well, perfect time. We'll be back right after this short commercial break with the results, plus more questions. Ever been too short to grab something? Well, not anymore with the brand new Easy Chair. With a plastic covering, it's almost 100% guaranteed to break. Store it easily. One step. Grab your favorite ball or toy in an instant. It's great. You can get one Easy Chair for only $500.
Warning, we are not responsible for any injury or death. Limited warranty of 5 minutes.
Welcome back to the Dr. Bill Show. The results are on the screen. And so the audience says that the answer is no. On to question 2. From your point of view, explain what happened at the Battle of Plains of Abraham.
Good question. Well, the Plains of Abraham was an embarrassing battle for us and the French soldiers. The British definitely had a much better strategy when it came to war. The line of enemies from the British was genius. When the French quit and gave up, that made us Canadians very mad. I was one of those people stoning them and calling them cowards. I wish our army had a second chance to do it again. Although we lost, it all counts on inside inner pride.
That was beautiful. I agree with you. But I just have a question. Did you know anybody in the war?
Well, this is an emotional topic. Because, first of all, I had no friends. And second of all, my mom and dad had an accident because when they were coming back from a party with the Mages, they drank a bit too much and ate too much pemmican. And they fell off the Red River car into the Red River and got swept away. And then
sorry. From your point of view, was the Royal Proclamation of 1763 fair or unfair?
What kind of a question is that? No! The Royal Proclamation was not fair! Okay? It sucked! Okay? Those mother British... I hate them! No!
details without saying anything inappropriate?
This is going to be hard. Okay, well, it was very unfair. I was one of the settlers in New France at the time. The British trying to assimilate us was the worst experience ever. They took people from the 13 colonies and let them settle here in New France, where we couldn't be Christian, we couldn't even speak our own language. But later, the Quebec Act came in, which gave us our rights back, our freedom, our own belief in religion, and our own language, and we're allowed holding positions in government.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. This is kind of off topic, but how did you, do your business in New France?
Well, it was just basically a big hole in the ground, and when things got a little out of control,
Explain the impact of the Quebec Act and how it will shape North America.
well, after years of assimilation, the Quebec Act came in 1774. I was still helping myself that we could have our own culture again, our language, religion, and everything else the Royal Proclamation took away. They did this because the 13 colonies was mad at Britain, and the British thought we, New France, would team up with the American colony. If we did that, we could have wiped out all of Britain themselves.
Okay, go. Oh, we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Yo, yo,
Yo!
yo,
Yo! Yo!
yo, yo,
Yo!
yo, yeah.
Whoa!
Hello, Scotty, Jason, Tommy. Oh yeah, that's using your dojo mojo.
Tommy Nitro Karate next Thursday, followed by In Debt Sea Monsters. Oh, yes, we are back live in my chiropractor's basement. So, Pierre, I was just wondering, your last question of the day, explain how First Nations peoples are impacted by your involvement in North America.
Well, the First Nations like us are rivals with the British. They had a long strip of land beside us that was only for First Nations. After the Quebec Act, New France moved into First Nation territory. They had no idea that this was going to happen. If it weren't for us, First Nations would have had a lot more land than they have. I also have impacted them because I have traded them guns and alcohol. The alcohol has affected them because they are now alcoholics. And the guns have affected them because now they have a different way of hunting, and it's changed their way of life.
I really wish it was over a lot sooner, but this is good enough. We are out of time. Join me next week as we interview the karate master. What do you endeavor?
Black belt forever!
Where does this start?
Mind, body, and heart!
What is your quest?
Personal best!
I hate my job.